Donald Trump's supporters seem to be kind of tiring of the whole thing, at least by one very important metric. And there, I'm not referring to them like walking out of his rallies or the occasional person behind him when he's on stage falling asleep on camera. I'm not talking about that at all. The Trump fatigue that I'm talking about is hitting Trump in a spot where he's perhaps even more sensitive, which is his pocketbook. See, the regular MAGA person isn't ponying up the donations the way that they used to. And his overall donations from regular MAGA people have absolutely plummeted from the last time he ran for the presidency. Fewer than a third of his campaign contributions have come from donors who gave less than $200. It was nearly half of all of his donations in 2020. And I'll pause right there to say, the myth that he was always just carried on the back of regular MAGA people was never that true. It was only half even last time. Billionaires and millionaires have always been a very significant portion of it, but now it's less than a third. It's almost like a rounding error. The total collected from small donors has also declined. Trump raised 98 million from those donors through June. That is a 40% drop from the same corresponding period his last time around. That is huge. I mean, we're gonna get to Harris's numbers. I mean, these are entirely different pictures of how much buy-in regular voters have in these candidacies. Donald Trump is still raising a bunch of money. He still has enough money to run. He's just not getting it from MAGA people anymore. It's not people wearing like red caps, it's people wearing business suits. It's the elites of society that are helping to carry him across the finish line. And it's something we've talked about a lot, and for good reason. And so we want to give you some of the reasons that they might be not as keen to donate. And so some of these are pretty funny, actually. Some are saying when they're asked that they're getting harassed by texts constantly once they donate. One said, Republican vendors have so mistreated our donors that many grassroots donors don't want to give to us anymore. If you make a donation to almost any Republican candidate today, within 3 weeks, you're gonna start getting 30 to 50 text messages from other candidates you've never even heard of. And that, I think, makes a lot of sense. It is annoying. And I know that as a person who donated to the Harris campaign, and now they never stop sending me emails and text messages. But anyway, it's you all, I'm not talking about you guys, you politicians need to back the F off. I gave you a little bit of money. I might be willing to do it again, but if you text me one more time, it's never gonna happen. Let me just say, let me speak for the MAGA people. You need to back off. And the issue, look, some politicians just text you constantly about them, but others like Donald Trump, he sells the information immediately. That's why you're hearing from all these other candidates that you've never heard from before. It's because they took the information and they sold it. Again, to wealthy interests that want to make more money off of it, or more candidacies that want to make money off of it. Susan Brito is a 51-year-old of Florida who gave dozens of small donations in 2022 and 2023. And it's noted by the AP that the donations totaled $69. I don't know why exactly her donations ended up with that, but sure, nice. It says, I am sick of them asking for money. I am disabled. You're sending me text after text after text. Maybe some of them got sick of the fact that they would send donations and then they'd find out, oh, I've been automatically signed up to have this money deducted from my account every week. And after that experience, maybe you don't want to give anymore. Like, you can only abuse these people for so long. You can only scam them for so long. And the so long in the case of Trump is literally decades he's been getting away with it. So it certainly is due that people should wise up to that. But anyway, Karen Leavitt, Trump campaign spokesperson, didn't like directly respond when asked about why they're getting so much less money from small donors, but blamed the Biden administration and Harris for a bad economy, leading people to have less money, sure. And Trump says that's something he completely understands. Donald Trump was born rich and has been rich every day of his life. He has absolutely no idea what anybody's financial struggles are like, so can it, Karen Leavitt. On the other side, by the way, Kamala Harris, there's a good side and a bad side of the news I'm gonna show you. It is fairly shocking. I did not expect that it would be announced that she had raised more than $1 billion already. Candidacies raised $1 billion. Barack Obama raised $1 billion. She's been running for like 2 months. That is amazing. By the way, not necessarily amazingly great. I don't want a candidate to need to nor be able to raise $1 billion. That seems bad. That seems kind of toxic for democracy, because any individual's voice, what does it matter when there's $1 billion out there? But it is a lot of money. And the other, I guess the dark lining of this is Still really tight race with your $1 billion. It's still super tight in the swing states. I hope they are spending every cent of that between now and the end of the election. But I guess under the current status quo, I prefer that they have the money than not. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.